Welcome to LollieTasking with ADHD. I am your host, Dr. Lollity, a multi-passionate mom of three, a physician, and an ADHD life coach because, like most of you amazing women listening, I have ADHD. Join me as we chat about how ADHD affects our lives and learn strategies to help us all thrive, not just survive, with ADHD so we can live the life we want while accomplishing all our goals. Let's get started. Hello, Lolly Taskers. How are you doing? How was Juneteenth? You probably been listening to this the day after Juneteenth because we are going to rest, we are going to relax on Juneteenth, and we're not going to do anything, okay? So, again, for those of you that don't know me, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Dr. Lollity. I'm a physician and ADHD trained life coach, and my goal is to help teach easily distracted women, being mom or women with ADHD, easy strategic ways to maximize their time and focus on what matters while also decreasing that overwhelm, right? Because we're not doing stress. Stress is not our ministry, guys. All right. So I want to give a shout out before we get started to Latifah. Latifah left a message on our podcast and she said, "Thank you for all you do for the neurodivergent community." You know, this is one of those like simple messages that just hits you. You're just like, oh, she was like, your podcast is pure gold. You are changing lives. I appreciate you, Latifah. Sometimes it's good to hear that because I'm not gonna lie, guys. You guys know when you put your time into things and you do things over and over again, it becomes mundane, right? But the reason why I keep going is because I love it and I am touching lives. And I get messages every day about touching people's lives and helping them out. So thank you, Latifah. I truly appreciate you. Okay. If you love this podcast or it has encouraged you, please leave a review, share with your friends so more people can talk about this. And please, 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 reviews are very important because it motivates me to keep going. It helps my dopamine. It also helps other people who are wanting to learn about ADHD find out about this podcast because Apple is like, oh, people love it. They're actually commenting on it. So please do that for me even if it's just a few lines, like Latifah did, okay? So, guys, speaking of focus, we are literally coming halfway through the year, okay? This is 2023 is legit 6 months from now, and as I reflect on my goals from 2023, I start to think, have I achieved them? Why have I achieved them? Why have I not achieved them? It is very important to assess frequently because we have what we call time blindness. Okay. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm going to go into a brief detail what time blindness is. So, time blindness is for us an inability to sense the passing of time. Okay. We underestimate how much things would take us to get done. We overestimate how much time we need to get things done. We're totally oblivious to how quickly time is passing and it's difficult to see the future due to something called short time horizon. So, short time horizon is this idea that if you, for example, um, look into a distance, right? We have almost like a fog blocking us, right? So we only see like a short distance because that fog is blocking us. We can't see the future. So we go based on like, okay, I only see two feet in front of me. So that's where my goal is. So I only try to get to things that I can see that are close to me. Okay. So unfortunately, like long-term goals, we can't see it. So in our minds, like it just doesn't exist, So that's why it seems like a lot of times it's like we can't even like focus on our goals that we've set for ourselves because it's so far away into the future. That's why I always teach my clients and people in Accomplish with Ease program to set short-term goals, right? Take that long-term goals and break them into short-term goals so you have a more shorter horizon to look at, which motivates you to actually keep going, okay? So how do we help time blindness? One, I already told you to set short-term goals. Another thing is awareness. It's not something you can work up. It's just part of our ADHD. So you have to create strategies around that. Number two, you have to become a time conscious person. There was one time I was trying to lose weight, and my health coach was like, you just have to see yourself as a healthy person. What does a healthy person do, right? A healthy person wakes up and works out. A healthy person eats healthy food, right? So same with that. You got to see yourself as a time conscious person, right? What does a time conscious person do? A time conscious person wakes up early. A time conscious person budgets their time. A time conscious person is always reevaluating how they're using their time, right? So a time conscious person could be like, okay, I'm always early, so I need to get wherever I need to get to at least 10 minutes early to prep myself, right? Another thing is externalizing your internal clock. Okay. And that can be like having like visual aids like timers. Usually analog clock is better for us. That way you can see the hand moving. Have things to nudge you. People and things. You can have a Pomodoro technique, have accountability partners, and often ask yourself, am I doing what I need to be doing at this present moment? Okay. You know, and do you know this is exactly why my coaching program is focused on productivity and creating a life management tool and focusing on time. The reason why is time is one of the most invaluable resources in our life. All this is important because time is just that number one undervaluable resource. Like I said, it truly, truly, truly is invaluable because if you lose time, you've lost it. It is a mistake to think that, oh, you know, oh, time is flying. People say time is flying all the time. And I say, listen, time is not flying. Time is not going anywhere. Time has been there before you were born, and time is going to be here after you have left this world, okay? To think time is going. Time is not going. Time is here until the world ends. It is you that is going. You don't waste time. Time is infinite. You waste yourself. You are finite. It is you that grows old and die. Time doesn't. So make better use of yourself before you expire. By Anonymous. Man, did that hit you? Like the first time I read that quote, I was like, listen, I had to pause and go get that quote for you guys as I was talking about it. Like I was like, oh geez, this is fact. But here's another kicker. If you have time and you can't focus, you lose time. So I say focus is the currency of time. So how do we gain focus? I gain focus by realizing that with my ADHD, there's certain things I need to do to maximize my focus. I also automate my life, right? I have time management or stewardship as we like to call it in the Accomplish with Ease group. I have my vision and goals and my time tracking. Just like now, 6 months into it, my alarm goes off and say, "What have you done this year that you've used to reach your goal? What do you need to do to help you reach your goal?" Okay, I want to help you improve your focus on what matters. Why focus? Focus is the currency of time. If you fix your focus, you fix your time. If you fix your time, you fix your life. Point blank, period. We all know that without focus and ADHD life management skills, it is hard to do anything. Focus and time management is the true currency of success. You know, and it's so funny. I'm like, what a joke. Life has played on us, making us with ADHD have difficulty with focus and time blindness, y'all. This is why I have to work 2 times harder than anyone else to achieve the success I have achieved. It doesn't mean we can't do it, but a lot of times we work harder instead of smarter. You know, we work harder instead of looking for those ADHD friendly things to help us achieve our goal in a much more less stressful way. But one thing I do know though is that with the right blueprint and structure, we're able to achieve this goal. So many of you have asked me, how do you balance it all, Dr. Lola? You know, I feel like you're doing a lot of stuff. And I say, it's easy. I have systems and automation, so I don't have to think about it. I have things I do, so I don't have to think about it. And this is where, like, I get that confused phase and I say, okay, what does that even mean? Right? It's usually the next question. And at the end of it, I show them, which usually results in a one on one session with me where I help them create their system. But here's the kicker. When they're done, they're like, oh my gosh, you should show this to more people. It's so easy, but we don't think about it. We don't think about the importance of having this blueprint. So that's why I created my group. My group program for after I had my ADHD training, and actually during was when I started to create a group, you know, I give you this 12-week self-paced study where you create your own brain operating system also while learning about your ADHD because as you guys know, one of the biggest treatment for ADHD is awareness. Awareness of the subtle ways that ADHD affects you. you know. But I know us. Sometimes we just want to hyper focus and get it all done in one day. Like, I need this blueprint now, 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 now. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, now. You know? So, light bulb moment goes in. I could do it in a day. So, in about 6 weeks, guys, like, if you cannot wait 6 weeks, please, please, please join Accomplish with Ease. You will start working on it, and by that 6 weeks, you'll be at some with your organization system. And even if at that 6 weeks you're not done, people in my program get a 90% discount if they have paid for the program in full, the yellow program, they get a 90% discount on this Create Systems with Thrive I'm about to talk to you about. Okay. So, in about 6 weeks, I will be having a 1 day program called Replenish Shop instead of workshop because we don't do workshop, we don't do work, we replenish, where we create systems to thrive. And it is everything you need to ditch your overwhelm and create the automation of your life. So I'm calling it a special project because I only want a small group of people. So it is first come, first serve. Okay. I may expand it to like multiple, but I don't think so. So if you feel like this is something you're interested in, don't waste time, sign up. I am looking for a small group of easily distracted women, okay? Either you have the formal diagnosis or you think you have ADHD that want to create in a day their own ADHD friendly system, automation, and brain operating and organization plan. This is what I use personally, that has helped me thrive as a cardiologist, an entrepreneur, a podcaster, a mom, a wife, name it, okay? And in life. Because guess what? Without the ADHD brain sabotaging us, we are better able to accomplish stuff. But if we don't have something in place, it sabotages us and prevents us from reaching our full potential. Okay? Like I said, I am limiting this to a small group of women. I'm sorry if there are any guys who listen, so I'm only limiting to women who are serious and ready to stop surviving and just start thriving and committing to loving themselves. You know, Part of the ADHD struggle is just that overwhelm, that overwhelming paralysis that comes with being a high achiever with ADHD. But here's the thing though, if you have a plan that directs you how to focus on what truly matters, this is the first step to overcoming your ADHD struggles and anxiety and unfulfillment. And name it, all associated with this diagnosis. I would love, 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 love to have you join us. And if you cannot join us for whatever reason, please share with your friends, you know, because we want to help our friends also reach their maximum potential. So here are the criteria if you want to join us. One, you have to be a woman. You have to have ADHD or a driven woman who's ready to reach her full potential. You are ready to ditch overwhelm. You want to maximize your 24 hours. You would love to increase your productivity. You want to upgrade to a better version of you. You're ready to invest in your future for a better return on investment in improving your personal relationship, your work relationship, and getting those projects that you've been holding out done. Okay? You want to hang out with amazing women because guess what? Only the amazing ones get to come in. So if you are ready to go ghost and focus on you for one weekend, that way you can plan the rest of your 2023 and beyond so you don't waste this limited time we have at Hurt. If you're ready to thrive and not just survive, please click on the link in the show notes. Okay, more things like you get more information once you get to the page, but it's a weekend. You can either do a day or a weekend, but you I recommend you just take that time to yourself. I actually have you write a letter to your husband, or we give you a template and they sign that they're not going to disturb you that weekend. I would say that's one of the favorite part of the program, right? Take a weekend to just enjoy yourself and pamper yourself and spoil yourself and rest. And you know how rest is with our ADHD brain. Okay? And if for whatever reason you're like, oh, I cannot make it that weekend, then that's fine. Then join our coaching program, Accomplish with Ease. Okay? I created this because as successful women, we have gained some amount of success, but it's been very hard. Okay? So, we Accomplish with Ease. It's actually a three-part program. You have the Jumpstart program, which is what I call it, where I teach you how to maximize your time and effort on what matters by helping you create like ADHD specific vision, goals, and plan so you can, always level up to the best version of yourself. And then you also create your brain operating and organizing manual, which is basically what I talked about earlier that we're doing in Create Systems to Thrive. So during the 12 weeks, we'll have daily simple things to do, weekly strategy sessions with me live, where I help you with your specific goals and concerns, weekly accountability with your group, and our client concierge that does a progress check as we're adding levels. The goal is by the end of the 12 weeks, you would have completed this life management plan for your ADHD brain. Okay? So you also have evaluated what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your roadblocks are, what your liabilities are. You know, that way, the reason why I say liabilities are these are the ADHD things that affects us. If we know all those things, then it's better and it's easier to deal with the situations ahead of time. Okay. And after the 12 weeks, you remain in the program for a year if you paid in full, and if you don't pay in full, you remain as long as you continue paying your monthly subscription, your monthly plan, and continue to get your weekly coaching from me. Continue getting your monthly coaching from our guest coach. Continue getting your co-working sessions and planning together sessions that we do. And some of you are like, no, I just want one-on-one, and that's okay. I only take a limited, very, very limited amount of one-on-ones, but you get all the above where you can do one-on-ones in addition to a customized plan, based on not my specific, based on your specific pain points, and we'll walk through it together, okay? So let's start. Let's just stop hyper focusing and try to educate ourselves on everything ADHD and actually do something about it. Let's take action. Let's join a group. Let's find a coach. Let's try to get ourselves together. Okay. So if you want to get in the What Day Replenish shop, that's there. It's called CST ADHD. And if you want to basically join Accomplish with Ease program, which also has access to CSC in the future, you can also sign up in the link below. The link says something, talks about how coaching helps you. But once you put your information, it takes you to the link and you can also sign up there. Okay. And I think that's it for today. So after listening to this episode, what is one thing you're going to do? I want you to like write it out. What is one thing you're going to do to help you focus? Okay? What is that one thing? It doesn't have to be two. It doesn't have to be three or four. Just one thing you need to do. I would say join Accomplish with Ease or join Great Systems to Thrive. That is one thing that you can do to help you. But in addition to that, maybe come up with another thing, right? So I'm going to leave you with this quote. You guys know I'm a lover of quotes. Okay? So it says, always remember your focus determines your reality. So in order to create the reality you want and have, you need to focus on the most important thing in your life. Okay? So I think that's it today. We're at that 20 minutes mark, like I love. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I hope you had an amazing, awesome, intentional week ahead. Don't be a stranger. If you have any questions or want to talk about this more extensively, please join our Facebook to continue the conversation. It's called Thrive in Spite of ADHD. Um, we're going to put a link in the show notes. That way you can join us there as well. Okay? So, that's it. Don't forget to follow us on IG at LollieTasker. And you can always email us at hello@LollieTasking. And please, please, please leave a review. You may just get a shout out on our future episode. Till next time, remember, you can do it too with some planning, a little bit of balance, and a dash of determination. This is LollieTasking with ADHD. Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of LollieTasking with ADHD. If you like what you've heard today, I would love for you to click the subscribe button, rate, and leave a great review, in addition to sharing with your friends. Your review allows visibility and also allows other amazing women to find this podcast. Also, if you have any questions or topics you would like for us to discuss, please contact me via direct message on Instagram at LollieTasker or email us at hello@LollieTasking.com. Till next time, this is LollieTasking with ADHD.